Dominguez, Line of Boxing, here with another edition of our previews. Before I begin, you already know what's up. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Anything is greatly appreciated. Now, this Saturday in Edinburgh, Texas, PBC Fight Night on FS1 and Fox Sports Go presents Brandon the Heartbreaker Figueroa, who is the WBA interim champ, as he takes on Javier Nicolas Chacon from Argentina. I'm going to go ahead and start with the WBA champ. He's the interim champ. The recognized champ is Daniel Roman. As we touched on it, he's the WBA regular champ and unified IBF champ. But the WBA is going to WBA. So let's go ahead and start with Brandon Figueroa's strengths. He is 19-0, 14 knockouts, 22 years old. He's 5'9", 72-inch reach. Fights from the orthodox stance. His biggest strength that he has is his pace. Brandon owns the CompuBox record for most punches thrown in one round. He actually broke his own record in his previous fight. His number is 142 punches in one round. So Brandon has a very fast, intense pace. Another strength of his, and this is a glaring one, is his body work. He loves to attack the body. He's a body snatcher, kind of. He has a very powerful left hook. He throws it right at the liver. It's very well placed and very effective. So watch out for Brandon. He loves to mix it in there and throw some body work. And also, another of Brandon's strengths is that the level of competition that he's fought. He's only 19-0, so he only has 19 career fights in his young career. His last four opponents were combined 84, 8-1. That's not being brought along slowly. He's been brought along very tested very early on in his career. I want to go ahead and touch on his weaknesses. In his previous two bouts, Brandon had a lot of trouble defending the counter right, especially against Parejo. His left eye in both fights, you can see a mouse, you can see redness, you can see it closing up a little bit. So he has trouble defending that counter right hand. And also, another weakness that I see from him is his ability to cut off the ring. Sometimes he's chasing more than he's actually effectively cutting off his opponent's lateral movements. So I don't think that'll affect him in this fight, but it's still something worth mentioning that Brandon can still use a little bit of work on. Now, I'll go ahead and talk about his opponent, Argentine Javier Nicolas Chacon, Chispita. He's 29, 4-1 with 9 knockouts, 38 years old, orthodox, 5'5". His strengths, well, he's a veteran. He's a very cagey veteran. He's 38 years old. He has over 200 rounds of experience. Not only that, but he's experienced a lot in his fight with Isaac Dogbe. It was so incredibly poorly planned. Isaac was literally wrapping his gloves and wrapping his wrists in the ring. He was standing around for about 20 minutes, so he's seen it all. He has a very good guard. That's a big strength about Chacon. His defense is he has a very impenetrable guard that he's going to make Brandon work for it. Kind of reminds me of his countryman Omar Narvaez, like he did it in the Nonito Donaire fight. That's Chacon. He has very good defense. His weakness, he's too defensive sometimes. He refuses to let his hands go, and he will engage in a little bit of trying to goad his opponents into punching, and more often time they do. But he's a little too defensive sometimes. Another one is his power. He has 29 fights and only 9 knockouts. Brandon's going to be all over him right from the beginning. So watch out for that one. And one thing I noticed about Chacon, the last thing I noticed about him, is that he only fights off of his front foot. When he's forced to fight the opposite way, off of his back foot, he struggles mightily. His accuracy and his attempts, punches, drop drastically. So it's a big weakness. Now, the pick. Drum roll. This one wasn't one of my harder previews to assess. Brandon Figueroa's style is all wrong for Chacon. He's gonna pressure him relentless. He's gonna be all over him from the opening bell. I can see this fight being stopped very early. I'm gonna go ahead and say Brandon the Heartbreaker Figueroa in 5 rounds, and pretty soon people are gonna be saying, "Hey, isn't that Brandon's little brother, the Heartbreaker?" So, want to go ahead and give a shout out to Liliana Uloa, Chicano Boxing. Want to give a shout out to our camera woman. She's so adorable. Love you, babe. And stay tuned because we got a lot more boxing coming up. Thank you, and Hopper out.